Hey guys, welcome to Chris Mack. In this video, I have the 2023 Toyota Highlander Limited. I'm going to show you around this vehicle, show you the various features, take it on a drive, and give you guys my final verdict. But let's go ahead and get into this video. This thing got powerful mirrors. That's so cool. Well, let's get into this video. Looking on the outside of the 2023 Toyota Highlander Limited, this your key fob right here. You do have lock, unlock, as well as a trunk release and a panic button with Toyota scripted on the back. As equipped, this vehicle is just over $53,000. It is dressed in a windshield pearl exterior for $425 and a harvest beige interior. Looking at the front design of the 23 Highlander, you can see that it does have LED lighting for both the low as well as high beams with halogen turn signals over here on this side. You also do have LED fog lights down below. This does have the full suite of Toyota Safety Sense 2.5, which you will try on the road with the sensor right here, as well as a front view camera. Coming around to the wheels, these are 20-inch wheels wrapped in 235 with tires, and it does have a chrome finish. Also, the platinum trim also does get a chrome finish as well. You do have running boards right there, which is a separate option, which will put all the packaging and option in the description below. The Highlander does have a 8-inch ground clearance, power folding mirrors with blind spot information, as well as a side view camera down below, and a keyless entry right there for the front door handles. Gas tank is on the driver's side. Coming around to the rear of the Highlander, you do have LED tail lights for just the brake lights and running light area with halogen turn signals as well as reverse lights. Single exit exhaust tip right there on the passenger side, which is hidden. Now the tailgate is powered, especially at this price point, of course, but you will find 16 cubic feet of space behind the third row, and if you do fall down the third row, it will expand to 48 cubic feet of space. We have a JBL subwoofer right there, cargo net, and a little bit more storage down below. Right there you do have a cargo cover to hide your cargo, as well as some tools right there for the spare tire when you do want to use that, which is located under the bumper right there, the rear bumper. The tailgate also does have a kick sensor as well, but you can use this button right here to close the tailgate. Let me show you guys under the hood of the 23 Highlander, where you'll find the biggest change for this model year. Gone is the 3.5 liter V6. And in its place is a 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder, which makes 265 horsepower with 310 pound-foot of torque. It is connected to an 8-speed automatic to all 4 wheels. Vehicle weight is just under 4,500 pounds. You'll get 21 in the city, 28 on the highway, and 24 combined. Front-wheel drive is also a standard option. Now let me show you guys the interior of the Highlander. We will start out in the back row or the third row to see how tight or spacious it is. Alright, third row in the Highlander is very tight, definitely is reserved for small children. My leg is basically at the backrest of the second row seats, and I have about half an inch of headroom, so it is definitely very tight back here. You do have 2 cup holders right here on this side with some air vents up top. But let's go to the second row where you'll get a little bit more space. Now, having the seat adjust for my frame at 5'6", I have about 5 to 6 inches of legroom, with about 2.5 inches of headroom, which is pretty good. A couple minis back here. You do have manual sunshades right there and automatic windows. All the materials are soft touch right here. I do like this kind of faux wood trim right there. Look very premium inside of this cabin. You do have a single zone climate control right here for the second row, with 2 USB-C ports, as well as a household 120 volt charger right there. Storage compartments right here, with 2 more cup holders right here. I do like the armrest right here for these captain's chairs in the second row. Probably is the best seat in the house. They do have a little bit of illumination up top. Do wish it was LED, by the way, but and some more air vents as well. But let me show you guys the cockpit of the 23 Highlander, where all the action happens. I'm liking this harvest beige interior. It does have a nice mix of black as well as beige accents. But I'm looking over here at the door panels. You do have 2-person memory with power folding mirrors, and all windows are automatic. All the materials are soft touch and high quality. Power seat controls right there for 2-way lumbar support, back as well as bottom support. Gas tank as well as the hood release right there with a little bit of storage, and a manual tilt and telescoping steering column. You have a couple of shortcut preset buttons right here for automatic headlights, 360 camera, a auto start stop defeat, and a trunk release with a heated steering wheel. Just a quick look at the seats. Seats are perforated and very comfortable. Stepping height in the 23 Highlander is pretty good. The first thing you do notice is this 12.3-inch cluster right here in front of you, which does provide a lot of information. You can toggle through your various different menus. You have your speed, your lane keep information, your media functions, as well as your tire pressures and all other various different settings. All of that is configurable, so you can basically use the arrows right here on this side to configure how you want the displays to be set up, and so on. It's very in-depth, and I do like the level of customization that you do have with this. Light controls is on this side, the brake controls on that side, and over here on this side of the steering wheel is how you configure and control your drive assist technology for lane keeping assist, as well as adaptive cruise, which we will try on the road. Cluster illumination right there for this central display, as well as a trip reader right there. But I'm looking a little bit more at the infotainment. This is also a 12.3-inch display, and since we do have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, I do want to start with the audio test. It has a 11-speaker JBL sound system, so let's try that out.
Let's go. Yo, I'm like an addict, do I gotta have it. I ain't even playing, got a really bad habit. If it moves, gotta grab it, fuse like a magnet. Lose, won't have it till I'm doomed in a casket. I ain't playing, got a weird mind. If you work 8 hours, I'ma work 9. If the shit tastes sour, you should taste mine. I'ma stay in.
As you can see, the 11-speaker JBL sound system is very clear and crisp, has a lot of bass as well as sound quality. Highly recommend getting that option. Going back into your infotainment, so that's basically Apple CarPlay up top with your navigation, which is subscription based. That is probably one gripe that I do have with this infotainment, is that I do wish it was just an embedded navigation. But further down below, you do have your radio functions right there, AM, FM, Sirius XM radio, and so on. You can also put up your CarPlay and Android Auto right there. Phone connections is right there. Vehicle settings down below, so you can configure your climate controls and also pull up a little diagram of your climate controls, so it'll basically be redundant of the little screen right here inside your infotainment, as well as the back climate controls, and you can change your various different settings right there for that. Trip information, all-wheel system, so it'll show you basically where you're sending the power to, the front wheels or the rear wheels or so on. You got some more settings down below, so you got your various different general information, built-in Wi-Fi display settings right there. You can change and configure everything. Sound functions right there, so you can configure the sound system, JBL, to make it a little bit more in-depth, so you can get a little bit more bass and quality depending on how you like it. Vehicle customizations right there, you do have lighting right there. Now it does have a little bit of like ambient lighting at nighttime, so you got like this blue accents like right around the interior, right there by the trim and all that, which looks so cool at nighttime. Do wish it did have like more configurable colors, but I think the blue would do, especially in this segment. Voice control functions, dealer information, and software updates. That's basically a whole walkthrough of the whole infotainment display. But I'm looking down below, you do have a dual zone climate control with 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. You also do have heated wipers right there with that button. Hazard button is right there with the push button start right there. And you do also have a wireless charging pad, which surprisingly in most cars, which is down here, is actually up here, which is unique and different. You see right there, charges up, no problem at all. Looking down below, you do have 2 more USB-C ports up front with a USB-A port. You can use this USB-A port to connect to the infotainment. A 12-volt right here on this side, a little bit more storage. And this is your gear shift right here to control the HP Auto. Push it back for reverse. You do have a 360 camera right there with your trajectory lines. You can change the various different settings. Change the vehicle color. And so on. Neutral drive. You can also put the camera on when you are in drive. So put up a front view camera with the same lines. You can also have it automatic mode when you do have it in motion. Manual mode over here. Looking further down below, you do have your drive modes right here. So you do have a sport mode, and it does give you a little animation right there. Normal, as well as the eco. And you can also control the All-Wthr system. So right here, you push down for regular normal, and then you can change over to kind of a mud and sand mode, as well as a rock and dirt mode right there. Forward and back, and you can push down for just regular on-road uses. Over here, you do have your hill descent function right there with a snow mode. Traction mode is right there, and you do have a auto hold function, as well as a automatic parking brake. 2 cupboards, which are a pretty good size. I do like kind of this faux wood trim right here. It really does spruce up the cabin a little bit more. A little more storage right there. In the center console right here, I do like this little slide door, so it'll slide back to reveal the top section as well as the bottom section of this central console. You also do have a 12-volt charger right there. You slide the door back and you're done. All the dang rearview mirror right there with garage door opener. Sunglass holder right there, and you do have a little mirror right there to look at the kids in the back. You have illumination up top, and like I said in the back seats, I do wish it was LED. And you can also control your move up top with your SOS telematic information right there. You can slide it open, and you can also tilt it open as well, so you can have it like more being a venting arrangement right there. Then you got a little shade right here to close that. Visor up top with regular illumination. But let's go ahead and take the Highlander for a drive and see how she does. We are behind the wheel of the 2023 Toyota Highlander. We're starting in eco mode right there. You can see the auto start stop kicked in with no problem at all. Now, speaking of visibility out the front, rear, and sides, it is great. You can see very good over the hood, as well as out the side mirrors, as well out the back. The first thing you do notice with this 2023 version is that they did change over from the naturally aspirated V6 to the 2.4 turbo, and you can really feel a little bit more of that mid-range low-down torque that you didn't get with the V6. As you can see right there, the auto start just kick in, and it's very smooth and very refined. You can see right there, we'll give you a little green sign in the central cluster to let you know when it is activated. You can also deactivate it down here on this screen, or button over here on this side right there. Now, speaking of seat comfort and seat amenities, you do have 2-way lumbar support, back as well as bottom support right there with 3-stage heated and cooled front seats. Seats are very comfortable. The seats are also perforated as well. And you do also have a heated steering wheel. The 360 camera is very clear and crisp. I do like the graphics and the sound and the quality right there. You can also put it into a automatic mode. But we're about to go ahead and hit the highway. I also like these animations right here inside of the central cluster. When you change the various different drive modes right there into normal. See, like eco is like a green, and then normal is more like a kind of white, and then sport, of course, is red. But let's leave it in normal for a minute and hit the highway and see how the Highlander does. 8-speed auto is also a very smooth shifting partner with this turbo. The shifts are very smooth and refined. And that mid-range torque just gets you out the hole and into traffic with no problem at all. Right now we did turn on the lane keeping assist, so you can feel when you do go over the lanes a little bit. It will give you a little tug back to the steering wheel and give you a little bit of information right here in the central cluster, let you know when to come back in your lane. So lane keeping assist does work very good at that. We also do have adaptive cruise control. So right now we'll have a test subject, but we'll flip around and we'll see if we can get someone on the way back. Cabin noise at highway speeds is pretty good. There we go. We got an Acura right here, so we'll try that out. So you have your various different following distances right here. So you can go all the way down from 3 to 1 following distance. You can expand your speed right there. It's using the camera up top, and it does a pretty good job of following traffic in front of it. Definitely is better than the latest Camry that I did drive in that generation. I think they did improve it. A couple of tweaks versus that. See also too, it'll show you the speed limit in the area right here in your cluster. So when it's blue, that means that all your lane information, everything is perfect and you're perfectly centered in your lane. But when you do veer over, it will change colors. Kick it up in the sport mode for a minute. They also do have like a manual shift mode right there, which is pretty cool. But I do wish they had like paddles on the back if we did have like a full manual mode. But just small things. Now, if you do want headlamp display, you can get that in the Platinum package, which is about $2,000 to $3,000 more expensive than this version right here at $53,000. This 2.4 liter has 265 horsepower, but 310 pound-foot of torque, and you can really feel it in around the town driving. Such a strong pull right there. That torque, once it picks the right gear, it just goes. You see right there, also give you a auditory sound once you do veer off the road as well. But cabin noise at highway speed is also pretty good. It's very quiet, refined, and is right in line with the segment when it comes to that. Now, a couple things I do like with this Highlander is the infotainment display. It looks very nice. The graphics and everything is very easily used. It does have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You also do have a subscription-based navigation system right there, which when you do subscribe, you'll get all your various different information right there. And the settings are just phenomenal and everything. Now we do have to try a quick acceleration. So we are in sport mode. Here, we'll get up here real quick and try it out. But Toyota says about 7.5 seconds to 60 miles an hour, so we will try that out. Wait for that Tacoma to pass. Our fellow Toyota brethren.
Sorry, you have to be subscribed to connect.
And there's 60 miles an hour in no time. You can also hear a little bit of like the turbo noise when you do accelerate a bit, which sounds so cool. Try out the manual mode, see how that changes everything. So you got your various different modes to control the 8 speed. So let's try it again. You can see right there, highway speeds in no time. This thing is more than enough power, if I'm really being honest. This is all you really need. And that torque is really what impresses me with this vehicle so far. 310 pound-foot of it. And where you really feel the torque is when you're rolling or you're merging onto a highway. That mid-range torque right there between like that 4,000 to 5,000 RPM rev range, where it really goes when the turbo comes online. We're back behind the wheel of the Toyota Highlander. So as we get a little bit closer to the dealership, let's go into the conclusion of what I think. So one thing I did want to talk about too with this Highlander is that it does have a Hey Toyota feature. So you basically talk to the voice commands and it'll basically pick up all the various different information, which is so cool. I literally just found out about that as we get a little bit closer to the dealership. But overall, what do I think about this Highlander? Overall, I do like the styling of this, both inside and outside. I do like how they have the wireless charger pad right here incorporated into the dashboard. Very different and unique. The 360 camera is very clear and crisp, has a lot of information, and the quality is phenomenal when it comes to that. Also, they improved the driver assist technology with the Safety Sense 2.5, which honestly is a upgrade from Toyota Safety Sense 2.0, where it has better lane keeping assist. With steer assist, will actually keep you in your lane. And also, you do have the adaptive cruise, which is a little bit more responsive and quicker to your inputs. But overall, at $53,000, it's right in line in the segment, and it does offer a lot of features: heated and cool front seats, the cameras, and all the driver assistance that you want. And like I stated before a little bit earlier in the video, if you do want head display, you have to go for a platinum trim. Platinum trim is about $2,000 or so more, but it will give you just a little bit more of the features that you want. But if you want a reliable SUV that has plenty of features and has every box that you want, I highly recommend this. But this is Chris signing out, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.